All right, thank you so much, John. Great advice there. We also have some good advice for you. Maybe leave a little earlier than you normally do when you step outside to head to work or take the kids to school because of the dense fog that we have out there. It's a live look over downtown Detroit.
Yeah, earlier this morning, you couldn't even see a single building. I don't know, meteorologist Mike Taylor, are we seeing this fog kind of dissipate, or is it going to be getting worse before it gets better?
It's getting better, but man, it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's because the temperatures are trying to warm up over this cold ground and it's just saturating things. And I hope I can get a time lapse. It's probably going to look pretty cool downtown, seeing the fog moving around those buildings like that. Let's talk about these numbers. Thank goodness they're above freezing at least, because then we'd have a freezing fog situation. Of course, we don't want that. 36 in downtown Detroit, feeling like 36. The winds are from the northeast at 3 miles an hour. Visibility, no surprise there, down to 0. And that's the case in some spots across the area. And if you're not that low, you're close to it, like Pontiac, as well as Howell and Ann Arbor, Adrian. That we don't have a dense fog advisory in effect. In fact, that was allowed to expire earlier this morning, but they are in effect out near Jackson as well as Lansing. It is going to get a little bit better. Winds will pick up just a touch, and these temperatures will continue to warm. But we're melting some snow, melting some ice out there. 35 in Detroit at the airport, 34 in Windsor, up near Port Huron at 32, Lapeer 33, and a few showers. You could see that trying to sneak in. Thinking much of this activity stays well north of Detroit, closer to, say, Lapeer, for instance, and you'll find that they're dealing with snow, wintry mix, and even plain old rain in those zones. Should avoid us. A few things to talk about in the Weather Planner Plus. First things first, a foggy start, which goes without saying at this point. You saw the evidence on the sky cam. So for the bus stop forecast, I do believe fog will be out there, but with temperatures in the above freezing, minimal impacts are anticipated, but it will lower visibility. So of course, a heads up to the school bus drivers out there. It's probably going to slow them down. 40 to 30 degrees for the high temp. So we'll turn this around. The city has the best chance of reaching the 40s. Outside the city, I'm thinking you'll reach the upper 30s, still above average. That sets us up for a mild and cloudy day out there. Therefore, you're not going to need a heavy coat because highs around the city at 43, Lapeer 39, slight chance of seeing some rain, but that's primarily about it. Now, the main headline I want to talk about is going to be this: icy impacts for school. I do believe there could be some impacts Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, all depending on how much ice we could pick up. So just looking at the criteria here, when it's light pink, that's just showing that, yeah, we'll have a little bit of ice that can make things slick. But notice how this really starts to get darker in color. So we're getting closer to that dangerous level. And of course, it doesn't take much ice, as you can imagine, to cause issues or turning them in a dangerous setup. So we're expecting that Wednesday night into Thursday. And that's one storm that we're watching midweek. There's another one right behind me here as I step out the way into the weekend. So it's been pretty quiet this winter, but now we have 2 storms in the 7-day forecast. One of them could impact schools on Thursday. So of course, that'll be the day to watch, and we'll have another one to watch this weekend. Allie?
Always.